gym isn't fun anymore. God damn, what do I do? I was going so hard bodybuilding, I was going so hard strength training, I was going so hard in the gym, and now it's kind of fucked. What do we do? Well, let's run through it. Welcome back, ELD 48. The gym isn't fun anymore. What is rope flow? Have you, through one way or another, drifted away from weights and can't seem to bring that fire, that passion that was once there back in the gym, lifting? Fuck, it was so good. How come I can't get it back? You're not alone. It's a really common process to go through to realize, why am I bodybuilding? This is stupid. Why am I just trying to gain muscle? Why am I just trying to gain strength? It's a really interesting sort of shift to go through, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, if it's just happened to you. It's a tricky path to be on when the thing that was once working no longer works. But there are many doors still to open, and there will be until the end of time. Wow, dude. So, more to the point, shifting the focus from just gaining strength and muscle to creating an athletic, capable body to meet the movement demands of life. It seems to be the path that I feel like is increasingly becoming more popular, and in my mind it just makes so much more sense. And whether that's because of my past of, you know, just like abusing myself for a long time and getting to the point where I'm wondering why the fuck I'm even bodybuilding or whatever it might be, coming to this conclusion of like, yeah, just wanting something else from training or just stopping training, full stop. But then realizing that we need to look after our body, otherwise shit falls apart. And yeah, it's also really interesting with unconventional fitness and this type of approach, the flow, strength, mobility approach. The development of our physique is a byproduct of movement, right? And it doesn't have to be the main focus. Like, but it would be, it's delusional, and I can't pretend that I don't care about bodybuilding. I want to be in shape, I want to look good, I want to feel good. And by being like, oh, I'm so spiritual and like way too conscious to be a bodybuilder and like care about my physique, I just train because it's healthy. Like, that's so not fucking true. A lot of my training is 100% like, I know that it's going to make me look good, and so I continue to train. Like, that's like a big part of this puzzle of why I still train and why I still go hard, is because I know that I feel and look better in my body when I do. So let's not play games and pretend that we're all fucking so much more evolved, bro. I don't even care what I look like. That's not true. We all have egos. Come on now. My ego is very much still intact. But I believe that the flow, strength, mobility, this method that I've been talking about, it's tapping into these three movement concepts that can help us stay engaged, motivated, and we want to continue to train. So flow, strength, mobility, it gives us a good framework to guide our training. And again, you're going to develop your physique, your coordination, you're going to look after the pain points and address shit in your body that needs to be addressed. Otherwise, it's going to get worse with time and as we age. So flow, strength, mobility, I believe, is this like holistic approach to training. So flow, to maintain our coordination and playful nature. Strength, to be more capable and progress new movements with new movements. Strength-based stuff like handstands, handstand push-ups, whatever it might be, any other lift. Mobility, addressing specific pain points and limitations that our body has. All while creating physical adaptations, right, that are going to give us a better looking physique, better in your own definition. And it's giving us the same results that traditional lifting has so famously given all of us, right? Through training, bro, lifting weights, I'm getting jacked. You can still get jacked. You don't have to lift weights traditionally. You don't have to do bicep curls to grow your biceps. You can swing a mace, you can swing a kettlebell, you can punch. Or, you know what, you can fucking do bicep curls too, and that's also fine. It's just completely up to the individual, their goals, what they want to do, what they enjoy the most, and what they're going to keep coming back to. So, as we dive deeper, these concepts, flow, strength, mobility, you're going to see that they all intertwine. So even though I might be flowing through a handstand in my animal flow, I still need the strength to be able to hold a handstand. And I still also need the mobility through my shoulders to be able to hold the handstand too. So the flow, strength, mobility, it really ties in, and they overlap a lot with lots of different movements that we do. So let's just cover the flow aspect, the flow movement category. So I personally define flow, and this is the movement selection that I personally define it, the categories rather, and the movements within this category of flow. So the flow movement selection: juggling, throwing, catching; rope, mace, club, kettlebell, or tool flow. Rope flow being a huge one here. Animal flow, locomotion, handstands; dancing, intuitive movement, yoga; boxing, shadow boxing, fighting; and then gait cycle, exploration, walking, running, sprinting. So this is not an exclusive list. This is just my interpretation of flow, how I prescribe to my clients and how I prescribe to myself and my own training. So flow training, in the context of movement selection, flow training is the low impact movement choice. It's something that even if our whole body hurts and is sore, we can still do. I can still pick up the rope. If I had a mad push session yesterday, I can still pick up the rope when my shoulders and chest and triceps hurt, if that's the case. If my back's really sore and I'm injured myself, I can still pick up the rope and do a little flow. So no matter how we feel, flow is always here for us, even on our rest days. There are no rest days in my books because flow is a restorative practice. So it's the perfect choice for our warm-up prior to strength work. Not only does it literally warm us up, but it primes our brain to be more engaged in the current moment. A practice of being present. It's pretty hard to juggle, it's pretty hard to rope flow, it's pretty hard to hold a handstand and think about the existential dread of our fucking life, right? It's hard to juggle and think of how capitalism is taking down society or whatever shit goes on, right? Exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's hard to think about our problems when we're deep in the flow. So let's take this into a practical fitness application for fitness programming. 10 to 30 minutes of flow as a warm-up for our sessions. Rope flow is the foundation in my belief. So we're going to now dive into rope flow and why rope flow is important. So 10 to 30 minute of flow warm-up. You can obviously choose whatever movement in the flow category you like to warm up and prime the body. But let's go over rope flow and why I recommend that to all my clients and also to myself, and why I think it's so important is it's just so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for Gabriel, for Weck Method, for Reed. If you're watching this, bro, thank you for showing me the rope. I'm absolutely in love with it this year. Rope flow is a form of exercise that involves rhythmic swinging and looping of the rope, offering several benefits that make it a valuable activity for a warm-up or a movement practice. So, 1, it improves coordination. Rope flow requires synchronization of hands, arms, the body, and our movement, enhancing overall coordination and motor skills. 2, enhances cardiovascular health. This continuous motion of flow provides a cardiovascular workout, improving heart health and endurance. 3, builds strength. Engaging in rope flow recruits the muscles in our arms, shoulders, core, legs, the whole entire body. Come on now. Contributing to overall muscle development. Even just sending some blood as a recovery tool into the arms, it's going to create some gains too, boy. Let's go. It boosts cognitive function. The complex patterns and sequences in rope flow stimulate brain activity, improving cognitive function and mental clarity. 5, promotes mobility and flexibility. The dynamic movements involved in rope flow help improve joint mobility and flexibility, reducing the risk of injury. Whew, how about that? 6, enhances rhythm and timing. Again, coordination, but the rope flow, it requires maintaining a consistent beat, right? Which can translate to a better performance in other physical activities and sports. So the better your timing is, let's say someone's storming you, you can bop them. I'm not a fighter, but you get the idea. If there's a tennis ball coming at you, you're probably going to have a better rhythm to be able to hit it because you're used to rhythm training with rope flow. It's a good stress relief. The rhythmic and repetitive nature of rope flow can have a meditative effect, helping us reduce stress and promote mental well-being. Mental well-being, how about that? Mental well-being. And it also puts us into the flow state. So it's a huge stress relief because it takes us out of the anxiety, trying to predict the future, depression, thinking about the past, and pulls us into the moment, into the flow state, and then we feel all jiggy and enjoyable, throwing on our favorite tunes and just getting down with some flow. Fuck, it feels good. It's also fun and engaging. Number 8, rope flow is fun and engaging. It's an enjoyable activity that can break us out of the monotony of traditional workouts, making it easier to stay motivated and consistent with exercise. Incorporating rope flow into a fitness routine can lead to a well-rounded physical and mental development, enhancing our overall quality of life. Bam, let me read that one more time. Incorporating rope flow into your fitness routine can lead to a well-rounded physical and mental development, enhancing over all qualities of life. Sorry, that's meant to say enhancing our overall quality of life. Goddamn, some words. So once dabbling in a 5 to 10 minute rope flow session, we may feel a sense of curiosity. We want to explore, we want to do some different movements, and we want to do maybe some other flow movements. So that's when you can let the curiosity that the rope flow brings, waking up the brain and body, to then be like, fuck, I kind of want to monkey around on the ground. I kind of want to hang for a bit. I kind of just want to move around. I want to dance. I want to throw on a favorite song. I want to juggle. Whatever comes through once you finish the rope flow practice, that's usually how I feel. I do the rope flow and then I'm like, fuck, kind of feel like monkeying about now. Then I do some animal flow. And then after that, I get into my strength training session. So if you want to rope, Gabriel and I, we have co-founded Kairos in New Zealand, rope flow maces, your unconventional tools. Head to the link in the description of this video if you want to pick up your rope flow rope. We got the 16, 12, and 14 millimeters, I believe. The black's my favorite, that's the 12. And go check them out. With that being said, here, boom. Here's the rope. Here's the rope flow rope. This is the 12 millimeter. This is my favorite one. I really, really enjoy training with this rope. It's great, like just the weight is so damn good and it's super fun. I know this is a sales pitch right now, but it's genuinely the one I use and that I train with every single day. So there we are. So now that we're warm, now that our attention is primed and present, let's dive into the strength portion of our training. Stay tuned for ELD 49 strength next week and why that is important. The flow strength mobility method, brought to you by Kairos, brought to you by myself, brought to you by the amazing tools that we now have in our hands because of the access to internet and technology and all these fucking amazing coaches from all around the world, and then we get to bring it to you. Kairos is the people and the place that is bringing unconventional tools to New Zealand, and we appreciate your support a lot. Gabriel and I have been crafting this for over a year now, and things are happening, moving slowly, and we're super grateful that you've decided to be a part of it. So yeah, next week, ELD 49, we're going to cover strength. Thank you for tuning in to the Flow ELD 48. And on a serious note, I know I read off my phone, but a lot of it is just intuitive with, I pair it, my intuitive blabbing with the stuff that's in the letter. If you read the letter, I appreciate you, but on a real, it's very hard to stay disciplined and stay motivated when there's so many distractions out there. And not to get too serious, but like just dial in, you got this. It can be rough. I know personally many people suffering with their own version of mental health problems and no one's fucking coming. It's only us that can save us. We have to drag ourselves through hell, through the cave, and out to the other side. No one's coming to do it for you. And that might be rough, but movement can be a way through, at least something to look forward to every day. There's so many other things we can do. Practice is breathwork meditation, tapping in, letting go of the self-limiting beliefs, and just doing the things anyway. So, believe in yourself. You got this. I believe in you. I fucking believe in me. And yeah, let's roll. I really hope you guys are happy and healthy. Thank you for tuning in to ELD 48. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Schwag, schwag, schwag.